Hello and welcome to Clever News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. Coalition of United Political Parties raises alarm over alleged plot to frame its spokesperson, Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere. Oyo State Police Command investigates circumstances surrounding alleged death of 32 children during a stampede at the Funfare in Ibadan. Nigeria's FCT Minister Nyesom Wike revoked 762 plots of land owned by prominent Nigerians in Abuja, including that of former President Buhari. I am Florence Joshua with these and more. The Nigerian Army 14th Brigade Garrison Sector 3 Operation Udoka, Usochi in Abia State, says its troops are making significant progress in ongoing kinetic and clearance operations in the southeast region of the Nigerian, particularly in Abia State and its environs. Briefing defense correspondents on a walking visit to the theater, the sector commander, Lieutenant Colonel Adeniyi Adebayo, told newsmen that troops have carried out several ambush and clearance operations on the hideouts and enclaves of indigenous people of Biafra, the Eastern Security Network, and other criminals, leading to several arrests and recoveries of various arms and ammunition. Worthy of note is the killing of a notorious IPOB terrorist and arrest of his 4 months pregnant girlfriend.
We received a distress call from our vigilantes of this IPOB ESN criminal coming from Aku, that general area of Imo, into Abia in the early hours of 10th November 2024. And we rushed there and neutralized one IPOB ESN criminal. In the process, a lady, 4-month-old pregnant lady, was arrested. She was found to be I don't want to call it a wife, but a girlfriend to the neutralized IPOB criminal. She was here with us in our custody for some period before we handed over her through MIB, Military Intelligence Brigade, to the 14th Brigade MIR, to the MIB for a release. It was documented, we treated her well, gave her all the treatments. Mainly, we have conducted several raid operations which have enabled us to pick some of them in their hideouts, helping the DSS as well. Some of them are not seen to be members of IPOB ESN criminal activities, but we have found like one man called Magaji. We picked him up in the early hours, one of those days in the early part of November, and handed him over to 14th Brigade MIR for further investigation. Just a few days ago, he was handed over to DSS, where they can further profile him and know those criminals, as we were told through our local intel, that they come and congregate in this place and they are members of IPOB ESN.
He added that although security threats still exist, troops remain resolute and are actively working to dissuade the activities of the IPOB and other criminals in the region.
As of 2024, Sector 3 has limited cases reported due to own aggressive posture. Intelligence report on the activities is sketchy, while own troop is on maximum alert to thwart any untoward plan of the sector. The security agencies have intensify effort on intelligence gathering to locate the ringleader as well as the set camps. Let me just pause here and say one or two things about this last sentence I made. Looking out for the ringleaders. We call it in the military parlance decapitation operation. Looking out for those ringleaders, neutralizing them with a view to ensure that their stronghold are decimated. What this unit have done, 143 Battalion, for example, in June, around this general area, we trusted into Umudi Forest, a known IPOB ESN camp, and we were able to neutralize 2 those criminals and recovered one AK-47 ammunition as well as sundry items in the month of June.
The Oyo State Police Command says it's investigating the circumstances surrounding the alleged death of 32 children during a stampede at a funfair in Ibadan, the state's capital, on Wednesday. It was gathered that the stampede occurred when participants rushed to gain access to the venue of the event, reportedly organized by the ex-queen of the Oni of Ife, Prophetess Naomi, and an Ibadan-based broadcaster, Oriyomi Hamzat. Investigations also show that the victims were stampeded to death while trying to break through the main gate of the school. It was further gathered that provision was made for 5,000 children, but the number that turned up for the event was reportedly over 7,500. Meanwhile, the spokesperson of the Oyo State Police Command, Adewale Osifoso, confirmed the incident, noting that an investigation had commenced. The Coalition of United Political Parties (CUPP) has raised a serious alarm over an alleged plot to frame its spokesperson Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere with fabricated bribery allegations, defamation and subversive acts. According to CUPP, the plot is orchestrated by certain security agencies in collusion with the faction loyalty FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. The opposition coalition claims that the aim is to silence Ugochinyere over his vocal opposition against the pro-Wike group's attempt to hijack the People's Democratic Party and destroy the entire opposition in Nigeria. Clevis correspondent brings us details. The Coalition of United Political Parties (CUPP) has warned of their consequences and should any harm before the lawmaker, insisting that the opposition families are mobilizing to confront those behind the plot. The opposition coalition has also called for an immediate investigation into the allegations, as well as the involvement of security agencies and their financiers.
All these Trump allegations that they are bringing up against Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere are absolutely non-existent. They are ridiculous and reprehensible. There's nothing further from the truth. He has never engaged in anything criminal. He has never engaged in anything treasonous. He has never engaged in anything anti-democratic. He has never engaged in anything that is anti-people. It is the anti-people elements. And all these things are being orchestrated by people who are factional supporters of the FCT minister. So they are the factional supporters of the FCT minister who are orchestrating all these things in order to take Ikenga out of circulation. If possible, to murder him, as they failed 2 years ago. They are back again. They are back again through blackmail. They are back again through fabricated allegations that have no basis in fact, that have no basis in evidence. This is why we are coming out to alert Nigerians to the fact that once again, Ikenga is in the crosshairs of the anti-democratic forces of this country. They are attempting to kill him, they are attempting to murder him, they are attempting to take him out of circulation. And all the security agencies that are being contracted to do this must back out, must back down, and let justice reign in this country. Any attempt to silence the opposition in this country is an attempt to kill democracy. And we, together, we shall not allow that to happen. Our democracy must survive, and no democracy will thrive without the active participation of the opposition. Any attempt to attack the number one opposition political party spokesperson in this country, in terms of the person that is speaking, even for the opposition lawmakers in this country, will be resisted. Finally, we want to announce, to tell our detractors that we also have fully ready to mobilize Nigerians for a nationwide peaceful protest against attempt to silence dissent, against attempt to kidnap Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere, against any attempt to frame him up on Trump charges. All Nigerians, we are mobilizing the civil society, we are mobilizing regular Nigerians, we are mobilizing the political class for a mass protest against such attempt.
If you have a society where people want to conduct election, they will attack them in the house, like what happened to Ikenga, they will kill his uncle, people will lose their life, and then he will win the election. I know what it is to conduct election. And if you are not popular, if you will not have a mandate that you will get from a state where your party is not the governor. So this kind of situation of what is happening is so painful that we will be in this democracy and find out that the allegation then was championed by agents of Imo State government. The allegation included rape, sodomy, assault, murder, terrorism, treason, and all sorts of things. That the then Commissioner of Police in Imo State, CP Bade, was fully part of the plot. and even declared the Kenga wanted. Don't forget, if you watch news very well, you find out that he was declared wanted and couldn't even go to participate in the election. He was elected in absentia. For democracy to take root, we must learn as a society to protect the right of the opposition and speak for ourselves. Because if you refuse to galvanize opinion towards the protection of the right of the opposition, towards the sustainability of the democratic practice that give the opposition voice to be able to criticize, to review, and look at the issue of governance on how it affects our people, then we will have ourselves to blame as we slide into one-party state.
In response to the alleged plot, CUPP is planning a nationwide protest and has petitioned President Tinubu, the EU and the UK foreign missions. The opposition coalition has also urged all stakeholders in the democratic process to monitor the situation closely. This is not the first time Ugo Chinyere has faced such allegations. He was previously charged with treason, arson, subversion and other crimes, but however won his election in absentia and had all charges dropped. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has revoked 762 plots of land in Abuja, citing failure to pay for certificate of occupancy C of O. The affected properties located in the upscale Maitama 1 district of the Federal Capital are owned by prominent Nigerians and corporate organizations. Among the notable individuals impacted are former President Muhammadu Buhari, former Chief Justice of Nigeria Walter Onogen, and ex-Governor Rochas Okorocha, Ben Ayade, and Seriki Dixon. Additionally, Wike issued a 2-week ultimatum to 614 other individuals and entities to settle outstanding fees or risk losing their rights of occupancy. A federal high court sitting in Abuja has ordered the Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS) to pay 3 million as damages to Benita Ezemuzi for failing to issue her international passport within the stipulated 6 weeks. The court also ordered Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, Minister of Interior, and the NIS to ensure that an applicant who meets all the requirements are issued Nigerian passport within 6 weeks in compliance with Section 9, Subsection 4 of the Immigration Act 2015. The presiding judge, Justice Emeka Nwete, gave the order while delivering judgment in a fundamental human rights suit filed by Ezemuzi. Ezemuzi had approached the court after waiting several months to get her passport, which she applied for in October 2022. The judge held that failure of the NIS and the minister issued as first and second respondent to issue a passport to Ezemuzi within 6 weeks, despite providing valid documents, violated all known local and international laws on personal liberty and freedom of movement of the applicant. The former senator representing Edo South Senatorial District of Edo State and 2nd Senate, Ehige Adobo Azamere, has facilitated with Senator Domingo Alaba Obende on the occasion of his 70th birthday anniversary in Abuja, while extolling his commitment to the welfare of the people and development of the state. Clever News, Imofono Kon has the details.
Praises and tributes poured in as family, friends and well-wishers turned out in their numbers to celebrate Senator Domingo Obende on the occasion of his 70th birthday on Wednesday in Abuja. The celebrants' children described their father as the best dad in the world.
So we want to thank everyone as a family. We thank the pastor. We thank the leadership of Asokoro. We thank our friends, our well-wishers, the members of this church for being around us.
One of the things, I would really like to say about my dad is how it's a beautiful thing to see someone who is very dynamic, who can be simple, who can also be deep, who can go up, come down, and who kind of knows how to go with the waves when necessary. So also, what really stands out about my dad is not just the funny moments or the light moments or the strict moments, but it's the passion that you have for your grandchildren. At your age, I don't know how you keep up with them. All 10 of them, they will be rolling on the floor. He has so much energy and so much love for them. And it's really, really, truly impressive. And I know that you're going to live long to see all of them fulfill all the dreams that you have for them in your hearts, in Jesus' name.
The event was graced by close friends and former colleagues. Notable among them are Senator Ahige Idabo Uzeme, Senator Solomon Ewuka, among other dignitaries. In their separate goodwill messages, his former colleagues praised Senator Domingo for his diligence while in service and his commitment in making the interests and concerns of his people a top priority at the National Assembly.
Domingo can help you irrespective of who you are. And it's in a simple way, the way he will always solve your problem. He always provides himself for us to lean on him. He's a truly man of God. Happy birthday, my dear brother, Senator Domingo. May God continue to bless and enrich your life.
As a friend, I admire the qualities which Domingo possesses, his strength of character, his disposition for getting enrolled in what is positive, and his capacity for doing what will advance the cause of human society. Bless you at 70, and may God strengthen you with your family.
Encapsulate everything is an embodiment of grace, an embodiment of mercy, and is someone who gives his all. And all I would say is that your beginning is going to be better. I mean, your beginning will be little to what the Lord is going to do for you going forward.
I was in the hospital one night, I'm not sure if he remembers, 2009. My husband had traveled abroad, and it happened that I had to be rushed to the hospital, National Hospital to be precise. And they said I needed to be admitted immediately. It was very urgent. And they asked for a lot of money that I couldn't muster just there. And at that time, 2009, that you had to pay 200,000 as deposit to be able to get in. And this man of God, distinguished Senator Domingo Bende, and his wife, they brought out the 200,000 and paid it.
I want to wish my brother and our mommy a special 70th birthday. This is very important, and I believe God that what God has started, He will finish it. One more time, congratulations.
Senator Domingo Obende served as a senator in the 7th Senate from 2011 to 2015, representing Edo North Senatorial District. Highlight of the event was the cutting of cake and presentation of gifts. Imefonokon, reporting for Clever News.
If you're just joining us, you're watching the news on Clever News Desk. We will be back after this break. Stay with us.
We break the news.
This is Christ Embassy.
Recollect, we were the first to break this. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State has approved the appointment of 3 second-class emirs. And this?
Erasmus is the most successful program of the European Union to support education and youth.
And this?
Fubara is not an ungrateful person.
And more.
Tension is currently mounting in River State. The planned arraignment of Yaya Bello.
Across our platforms. Subscribe now and you will be receiving our notifications and never left out. As the news breaks on Clearview.
Welcome back. An Ibadan-based man and co-founder of Laundry Pal cleaning service, Oluwatosin Michael, has embarked on an ambitious mission to break the Guinness World Record for longest marathon ironing events. The current record of 100 hours was set by Gareth Sanders in 2015, but Michael aims to reach an unprecedented 120 hours. While explaining his motivation, Michael said he has been in the laundry and dry cleaning services since 2016 and has recently completed a training in 3D animation and post-production, adding that the event will mark my transition into the 3D animation and post-production industry. Meanwhile, Michael has completed 48 hours of ironing and remains determined despite facing several challenges. The get-rich-quick syndrome and obsession for easy money, which form part of the dominant socio-cultural values in contemporary Nigeria, have continued to plunge many into adopting various forms of strategies to cope with the harsh economy realities. Closely related to this syndrome is the Ponzi scheme, a very popular means of acquiring wealth by investing a certain amount of money with little or no risk to yield a double of the original amount invested within a short period of time. The acceptance and participation in Ponzi schemes among the Nigerian populace is, however, worrisome, as more and more people continue to fall victim of this scheme and end up losing their life saving, property, and sometimes their lives. In this report, Clearview News' Gloria Atta was on the streets of Abuja City to find out why the scheme remained popular among Nigerians despite the risks involved.
Have you ever come across an investment platform on social media guaranteeing you unbelievable return on investment with little or no risk attached? Then you have come across a Ponzi scheme. A Ponzi scheme is essentially a pyramid scheme that operates on the basis of robbing Peter to pay Paul. The promoter or fraudster pays the initial investors enormous returns using the investments of subsequent investors rather than profits from any money-yielding business. Ponzi schemes generally have no viable business model and very rarely generate any legitimate profits of their own. In recent times, Nigeria's social cycle, both on and offline, has been saturated with messages like pay 20,000 naira and get 100,000 naira in 40 minutes, refer 5 friends and get 20,000 naira per referral. Ponzi schemes operate under different pretenses. Some of the most popular Ponzi schemes in Nigeria are the now-rested MMM, Twinkers, Ultimate Circular, Get Help Worldwide, Givers Forum, iCharity, Racksterly, and so on. The rise in Ponzi schemes is, however, worrisome, as many more continue to spring up wearing different garments, even as many more Nigerians continue to suffer the loss of their monies and property. Analysts blame the continued rise to the absence of effective law enforcement by regulatory agencies. Some Nigerians are, however, forthcoming with possible solutions.
Government must provide an enabling environment for the youth to strive. When you ask people, why do they go into some of this, what you call pundits these days, even the yahoos are crept into that. They create some of this platform on social media, people jump into it. What do they want to do? To make money. There's nothing better than prison for them. When you siphon people's fortune, are you getting it? And a fighter of fight, you don't even let them to live. Some of which commit suicide. Are you getting it? Somebody commits suicide. What if the better option is suicide the person that commits the crime?
You know, they should face the full wrath of the law. Because you cannot just call me that I should come and maybe pay stipends and collect something that I'll use in trading or helping myself in future. And you expected that at the end you just abandon everything. Let them face the full wrath of the law.
To regulate it, it is very hard for government to regulate. Of course, we have SEC. That is the job function of SEC. All these people they are expected to duly register with SEC. But if they don't do that, gullible Nigerians, do you understand now, that are so greedy, they fall into their traps. That is just it.
So, when next you come across an investment advertisement online, remember to conduct background checks on the company and how it makes money. Previous reports for investors, yearly audit systems, tax payment systems, and most especially their plans for return on investments. This is important to avoid what the Nigerian layman calls premium tiers. Gloria Atta reporting for Clearview Television.
And that's the news, but before we go, a recap of the top stories. The Coalition of United Political Parties (CUPP) has raised an alarm over an alleged plot to frame its spokesperson Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere with fabricated bribery allegations, defamation and subversive acts. The Oyo State Police Command says it is investigating the circumstances surrounding the alleged death of 32 children during a stampede at the Funfare in Ibadan, the state's capital, on Wednesday. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has revoked 762 plots of land in Abuja, citing failure to pay for certificates of occupancy. C of O. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Florence Joshua. Bye for now.